Hi, it's RT from Brown Bear Herbs. Today I'm going to talk to you about hawthorn. Hawthorn is a tree that has red berries, white flowers, really big thorns, probably like an inch big, and super cute little leaves. It is one of the best heart remedies in traditional Western herbalism. It's a food herb, which means that you can eat it as a food. It makes a lovely conserve. I love to make a conserve every fall with rose hips and a decoction of the berries and honey. So wonderful. Maybe I'll post that recipe for you. And I will. I won't leave you wondering what's going to happen. Anyway, it's my fall thing. I love it every year. So it's a heart remedy. You can take it over long time periods. In fact, it's kind of tonifying. So I would recommend expecting to take it over long time periods. So as a heart remedy, it's good for cholesterol, lowering bad cholesterol and raising good cholesterol. It is good for certain arrhythmias, extrasystoles, and acute tachycardic attacks. So if you're having those problems, you should talk to a doctor. But if let's say you're having some symptoms and you need to go to the emergency room, then you could take, and you have hawthorn in hand, you could take a lot of hawthorn on your way there, and that could help. And also hypertension, cardiac weakness after fevers. So if you've had the coronavirus, you want to be working with whatever physician you work with for support. But I would think that if there's some cardiac symptoms after that infection, that hawthorn would be nice for rebuilding. Probably some skullcap too for just the wearing you down from having that infection. But a lot of people are having different symptoms, so you would want to work with someone personally. Okay, so now that's what it's most known for, and then and that heart remedy that extends beyond the physical heart and just the heart chakra itself. And I do go over this a little bit in my it's in my Humanity tea, and that one. You can check that video on YouTube, or I'll try to get it over to Patreon. That one goes into some of this detail, but it is affecting the heart chakra. So if you're having grief or sorrow, like an emotional heart thing, then hawthorn is also wonderful. If you suffer the loss of a loved one, then hawthorn would be really soothing. If you're feeling disconnected from your heart center, then that's why it's in the Humanity tea, or one of the reasons is that it's going to help you go to your heart and find the strength in that. I love to use this one for insomnia. There's lots of different types of insomnia. If you are okay getting to sleep, but then you wake up in the middle of the night and have trouble getting back to sleep, then this is a good insomnia remedy to try. For long term, if you want to take hawthorn over a long term basis, like for heart issues or insomnia, then I recommend you taking it 10 to 20 drops. This is based on historical use. 10 to 20 drops morning and night. So even though it's for insomnia, it's what's going on with that is there's like too much mental activity, and it's also can be good for hypoglycemia. So I'm wondering if just as I'm thinking about this, that if you're eating late at night or blood sugar's going down in the night, that could be related to hawthorn being helpful. So what it's going to do for you if you take that morning and night for insomnia is it's going to overall decrease the level of mental excitation, is what's called in traditional Western herbalism, or just that mental activity that's just going on and on and on. And that's a sign of inflammation, and so is a lot of the heart so are a lot of the heart issues. It's a great herb for inflammation and food allergies and other allergies. So with food allergies, you would want to take it over a long time period. It's great if you can stop eating the foods that are bothering you, but if you're someone who's like, I just have so many food allergies, then you really just need to lower your overall responsiveness and inflammation to the foods, because you're reacting to everything or lots of things. So and ADHD, some people, their symptoms of food allergy can be ADHD. So if you, especially children with ADHD, if they were having food allergies as well, I would recommend trying out Hawthorn. Of course, if you have concerns, you talk to your naturopath physician, or you're making a consultation with me. But it is pretty easy to find a glycerin-based extract of hawthorn berry. I wouldn't get dried hawthorn berry because they often get, they go bad. They'll get kind of rotten inside. You can use the flower, but my favorite, or you can use the flower, you can use the leaf. I even like to put a few, when I make my own tinctures, put a few thorns in there. That's good heart medicine. But the berry is most commonly used, and it's, you think of that bright red berry, it's like, it seems like it would be helpful for the inflammation more. Some other things you might notice more, like capillaries, those little tiny veins, redness, itching on the back of the hand. Oh, and asthma. It's great for asthma too. So if you're having an asthma attack and you want to use hawthorn for it, or try that out, I would, instead of doing the 10 to 20 drops 2 times a day, I would say and same as if you're going to ER and you want to just for asthma or heart stuff, and you just want to calm things down on your way there, I would do more like 60 to 90 drops, which is to be like 2 to 3 full droppers. And you could do that every, 5 minutes, 2 to 5 minutes, depending on how serious it is. I mean, I think the risk with hawthorn is not going to be that you have a problem with the plant, but you get too much alcohol after a certain point, so and you want to give it a little bit of time to work. But it's a really good one for asthma, especially if it's in response to some allergies, and generally it can help with some different like lung infections if there's inflammations in your lungs. So basically, it's like a good chest remedy, primarily for heart chakra. But I will say, I almost think that the lung effects are because it's opening up the heart chakra. And my experience with that is I learned how to do Reiki. I don't practice it on other people, but I used to practice it on myself when I had asthma. And if I would it's probably not a good way to practice Reiki, but like I would ride my bike and I would get exercise-induced asthma, and I would do Reiki as I was riding my bike on my heart chakra, and my lungs would open right up. So I feel like there's a really clear connection between how your heart chakra is doing and the health of your lungs. Of course, there's other factors, but if your energetic body is doing really good, then it's gonna be supportive to your general well-being. That doesn't mean that you have poor energetic health if you're in poor physical health. I'm not saying that, but it's just something to explore. There's a lot of different remedies for asthma. I'll go to another time. Okay, so I love hawthorn, and those are all of my favorite uses for hawthorn. Great for kids, even babies. I've heard of it used with congenital heart problems, and with quite, one would say, miraculous results, but could just be a different angle on the problem. It's really easy to make a tincture of hawthorn that tastes great. So in the summer or the mid to late summer, I would say. If you live in an area where there's hawthorn, it's certainly very, very common and invasive in the Pacific Northwest. They grow many places. You got to just be careful for the thorns, but they're just very, very abundant with the berries. So talk to the plant to make sure that the plant is okay with you harvesting, and then you can just get a big ball jar. I guess it could be a little one depending on how much you think you're actually going to use and you're going to share with other people. And then fill up with the berries, and you can add, if there's some flowers on there, you could add some flowers on there. If there's, it's fine to put in some leaves, and if you like to mess around with the kind of magical side of things, I like to put in a little bit of thorn. And then just cover it, fill it to just covering the berries with brandy. And it's recommended that you get a clear brandy, or a brandy that you know does not have any dyes in it, because it can affect the properties of the final tincture. So then you just cover it up, write the date where you got your stuff on it, what kind of alcohol you used, and anything else special that you want to note, like astrological conditions or something like that. And then you keep all that information with the bottle and put it in a dark place. And then you can shake it every once in a while. And then after 4 to 6 weeks, you can strain it and bottle it in dark bottles so that the light doesn't get to it. And that's how you do it. It's very easy, and it makes a really, really beautiful tincture. Enjoy hawthorn. Thanks for watching my video. You can also check us out at brownbearherbs.com, where you can purchase my Humanity Tea, which has hawthorn in it, on Instagram and on YouTube. Have a great day.